And we are live. How you doing? How you doing, Ron?
I'm fantastic, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing great. Oh, that's better. I had the wrong frame on there. So, I think before we get started, we got to show what we're sporting tonight, real quick.
Oh yeah.
I've got the white.
I got the black one. Yeah.
I like big fish, and I cannot lie.
You're not lying.
Yes, I tell you, they are nice shirts. They really look great too.
Thank you. They're comfortable. They're soft.
I know that when June sees, I think June might have seen it already, which you on the replay. But there we are. We have Marie joining us. Welcome, Marie.
Sorry, I'm so unorganized.
Oh, that's all right. That's me to a T.
Sorry, everyone. I'm a right mess today.
No worries.
Are we on?
We are live right now. Yeah. Yes, we are. We're live.
Hello.
Right at 5 o'clock on the dot. I wasn't late.
I should have been here earlier. Apologies.
No, that's fine. Like I said, you're never late. Whenever you get here, whenever you arrive is the right time.
Very kind.
We'll go through and say hello to everybody in the chat real quick. The
Hi,
first
Ron.
one in, Jimmy P.
Hi. Nice meeting you.
You too.
Thanks.
Jimmy P. Then we had Zen Ginger, Mandy. Hello, Mandy.
Hi,
So
Mandy.
And then Jimmy P popped in again. Hello again, Jimmy. And we have our lovely Debs out there. Hello, Debs. She's listening. I'll be listening. Have a good one. It is getting quite late over for Debs, I think, in the UK. We have Lori, Monster Fish Gal. Always great to see Lori. She is fantastic. And J-Rock does stuff. Hello, J-Rock. And everybody. Oh, there is Arnold. I just sent you a message there. I said, jump on in. If you want, I would love to have you on here. Come on in. The water's fine. He is my right-hand man. I have to go just left-handed if you don't come in here. You don't want that.
Tie one arm behind your back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have one hand behind my back. I'm crippled without you there, mate. Get in here.
What's up, Arnold?
He's saying hello. Everybody's saying hello to Marie and Mandy and Arnold. Oh, nice. Okay. And we're still waiting on Keith. He was watching a game. It was.
It's finished, I think.
It's finished now?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's just finished.
I better check and make sure that he's all right. If he's having any trouble, I'm gonna.
All about priorities, huh?
Keith, are you having any trouble jumping on the stream? We'll see what he says in a minute here.
Hi, Melvin. Hi, Coro. Hi, Dean.
Hello, Coro. How you doing? Yeah, he knows me all right. There. Hey, goofballs. Yep.
Isn't something going on in
Eduardo
this weekend, Coro?
Hello again.
You too.
and Melvin. Hello, Melvin. Welcome to the building. Melvin is in the building now, so be sure to hit that like button, everybody, to make Melvin happy. Makes me happy too.
Yes, I better do it. Okay.
Oh, there's June. Yeah. Okay, we're up, Ron. Ready?
Hi,
Sure.
June.
Double trouble.
There it is.
Oscars.
Oh,
I got the white. He's got the black. We
I've
got
got
both.
one.
He's there. I might have to get one of those and send to her. I might have to. I'll buy and have it shipped to her. How does that sound?
Sure.
yay.
We could do that. I know she loves her Oscars. I like. I've had Oscars before. I like them. They're just a little bit big for my tanks right now.
Yeah, I haven't had any since I was a kid. And it's like having a bulldog in an aquarium. And I had a pit bull for a lot of years, sweet dog, but it was a lot like having one of those in a box full of water.
Let's see what his excuse is here. No, I'm just kidding, Arnold. I'm kidding. I've just finished acclimating a ton of new fish. Done 6 large. Oh, there's Keith. Oh, hello. Hello, Keith. Sorry about that. Hello, mate.
Hi,
I hope you weren't waiting long. I'm not sure if you can hear us or not. Can you hear us okay, Keith? He's setting up his camera.
Might
Anyway,
be a toilet.
absolutely shattered. I'm sure you guys will do just fine. Well, that's okay, Arnold. I mean, if you start feeling a little more comfortable and stuff, and you want to pop up here, you know that you're my right hand man, so you're welcome. It goes without saying. Okay, it goes. You're automatic. You're an automatic in. Let's put it that way.
I water changed 13 tanks this morning in the garage.
Oh, nice.
So, Arnold.
Very nice.
Wow.
Oh, Dean.
wow.
Hello, Dean. Dean's in here. Good to see you, mate. 20. I've got to do some water changes down here, but I do mine after my Wednesday night stream.
Yeah.
Usually. So I'll be doing that tomorrow night. Here. Oh, Keith is back. Okay. Hello, Keith. He's having some difficulties there a little bit. We'll see what happens here.
So to grab my coffee, I just left it there.
Oh, yes. I got mine right here. Mm.
Yeah, I've opted for decaf this time of day. Hey, Keith.
Hello, Keith.
I've got no
You think-
volume.
Oh, I can hear you now.
A little bit.
I can't hear anyone really.
You can't hear us?
Oh no.
No. It's like really quiet.
Oh, let me see. Let me check. Let's check our audios out here. I'll go to the mine's on full volume on my microphone.
My God.
Can I get a sound check out there? How do we sound? Are we low? Are we loud or low or what?
Oh, I haven't got you on.
Sound good on my end. Both of you do.
Oh, you do too. Yeah.
Yeah, through here. I don't know what it's like on the telly.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Mandy says good.
Sounds really quiet to me. Like
Oh, does it? You sound great, Keith. To us, you're coming across nice and clear. Let's see here.
let's see if I can play around with the audio.
You're quite loud. Not loud, but
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you sound good.
I can just about hear you.
oh,
I think Shane has a family in a tank. Oh, oh, he does. He. Oh,
thank you.
his blue Acaras must have hatched.
Oh,
Oh, wonderful. Let's see here.
Where's only Oscars and it's 99 degrees there?
She's in California, I think.
Where's my camera?
I'm not sure where in California. Oh, you got 105?
106.
106. Goodness gracious. I know it's been hotter than a.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm in the desert. I'm in Palm Desert, so we're about Merced. Okay. Yeah, the Central Valley. I'm about half an hour east of Palm Springs. It's kind of like a landmark. A lot of people have heard of Palm Springs. It used to be really popular once upon a time in the old movie star days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Resort town for
Yeah,
We're
we
just
have our
saying
good
You're Red Laser.
Red Laser. Hello, Red. Good to see you, Gord.
my God.
Good evening. I'm gonna log out and log back in. Jeff, see if it works.
You sound great.
Okay.
No volume.
Okay, because you sound great to us, so yeah, go ahead and try that. He's having a few technical difficulties, but hopefully it gets straightened out. Oh, June, would you like to join us? Shared the link. I want to get June up here sometime with us, on the stream. So if you ever want to, June, let me know, okay?
Cool.
Anyway, we have Magnus from Sweden. Hello, Magnus. Good to see you, my friend.
Can I show you what we got yesterday?
Yes. I'm going to put you on the big screen, though. Let's put you on. Oh, not me. Not me. Oh, nope, not you. Add to stage. I just took him off. Let's put you on solo. Or
Oh,
on.
that's you again. Okay, I'm looking on two screens.
There we go.
There we go. How's that? I don't know if the glare.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
Little
That's right.
grandson.
oh, cute. Congratulations.
Thank you. Name's Phelan.
Oh,
Congratulations. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's lovely. Any better, Keith?
Yeah, it's far better. For some reason, when I first log in, I just don't get any volume.
Oh, you're loud now as well.
Yeah, you sound better. Yeah, it sounds better.
You're loud and clear. Thank you.
Great.
And thank you for everybody that said, yeah, thanks.
Yep, Melvin says the audio is good, and Fish Fam Links is in. Hello.
Arnold, I think it's Akara eggs.
Thanks, Arnold.
Oh, Arnold has Akara eggs?
I think he's been tagged in Dean and Shane's Akara eggs.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, Arnold's had a ton of
I
Akara babies already. A
Yeah.
lot.
don't think we can
Now
pull it
that Shane has his own family in his tank now, it's
up.
be cool. I told him on his last video he's going to have a ton of fry. I mean, there was a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
But I bet there was a good 300-400 at least. And oh yep, he's babysitting. Dean says, "Not mine," he says. Right. So, I was talking with Keith earlier and Ron here, and I know that Keith has quite a few questions for Ron and about his tanks and his plants and stuff. So, what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Keith, and go ahead and discuss that with Ron, and I'm just going to enjoy it. How does that sound?
Yeah,
That
Yeah, so I've been dying to get Ron on for a while, haven't I? Well, I've been dying to chat with Ron about plants and stuff, because a lot of what Ron does, or what I've been watching Ron do, seems to be similar to like the sorts of stuff I'm interested in. So it's nice to see someone who's doing like similar sorts of plants to me and stuff.
Yes.
And,
So,
and your face like this. Yeah.
So did we do some the topics? Did we, Jeff?
Oh, you know what? Let me see if I did that. I may have. Oh, I got some here. I have a few of them that are universal ones that we could probably still use, but I didn't have the specific ones that you sent me. But you know what? Let me look up. I have them right here. I can pull them up on Messenger because that's where you sent them to me. So let me just go ahead and do that right quick. I just need to scroll up here a minute. We had quite a conversation. It's going a ways. Yeah, any day now. We're getting there.
It's not just me then, Jeff.
Only
Waffles
last
on.
night.
We're getting there. Okay, Ian, you said, okay, there we are. Almost. I know we got to be getting closer. Okay. I'm not finding them, Keith.
It was only yesterday evening, wasn't it, for me? So
I know it was, but we'd chatted for a while. I'm just trying to see if I scrolled up far enough.
Hey, you know what? I might have to step away. I got an AC guy here.
Okay.
So just
Just come on back when you're ready, Ron. No problem.
just leave it open. Yeah.
Yeah, just leave it open. That's great. Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So, I mean, every once in a while we have to leave to get a coffee or something. It's all comfortable.
And I
Everybody
wasn't
can-
expecting anything actually. So I don't know. I think I met him. He's actually the plumber for the AC company we use. And he signed up, logged into my Garage Aquatics page, and now he's a follower. And he pops in once in a while just to see the fish. So let me see what's going on.
Oh,
Brilliant.
nice.
All right.
Very nice. Let me see. While he's doing that, I'm going to see if I can keep scrolling.
should be quite high up, Jeff. It was only yesterday evening, wasn't it? Or something?
Well, now that Marie's here also, we have a question that you had for her. And it was, what aspect of the hobby is Marie into?
From Keith.
That was from Keith. Yep. He said, well, you want to know what aspect that you enjoy the most about the hobby?
We had this question a couple of days ago, and I said I hated it then. I don't know. I said I was really into the plants, not as much as yourself, Keith, but I wouldn't want a tank that wasn't planted. And I said that if I had to choose between fish and plants, it might be plants, but I don't think I'd want one without fish either, if I'm honest. Well, not without shrimp anyway. But yeah, I just love everything about it. I'm not very good at gardening because I overwater everything, so I can get away with it here.
I don't think you can overwater aquatic plants, can you? So,
No,
gross
so
down there. See, the thing I
yeah.
like,
just
the thing I noticed on your stream was the attention to detail on all your little like nano tanks and stuff. I haven't got that attention to detail at all.
I've
Like
noticed
if
that.
you look up close at
Yeah.
my tanks, they don't look anything like that.
I think because you're focused on like propagating your plants, and
Yeah.
a lot of people are focused on breeding the fish, so they put those things first. I want to really breed my shrimp, but I want the tank to be beautiful as well, and I think that's okay. Maybe not with the Caridina so much, with all the undergravel filters and whatnot, but yeah, it's right in front of me between me and the telly, so I want it to look nice.
Yeah,
It does
the
look
problem
nice.
with breeding shrimp and making the tank look nice is every time you have to catch a shrimp, you end up having to pull the tank to bits to get hold of half the shrimp. So
Yeah, I did have that a bit yesterday. And as I said, I've got the bowl on a rotating plinth, and if you spin it too fast, all the snail poop flies up in the air, and it's really horrible to film. But I've just been filming the coolie loaches today because they is it the Aponogeton you said I've got in there?
the Ponjigeton, yeah.
Yeah, they love lying on the leaves. So my 3 new coolies are just
Do they,
resting
yeah?
on those.
I love those little
leaves.
coolies. They're so cool. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're tiny
yeah.
ones. But so I've been getting some footage of that this evening. But I want the tanks to look nice for filming. I have to be a bit selective sometimes, but
Yeah.
I like the artistic side of it, I suppose.
that's what I need to work on, the artistic side, because I'm just basically a breeder. I just breed.
Yeah.
I mean, I love seeing all the fry and everything, but I really want to start making some good looking tanks. Watching you guys' tanks is like, I get jealous. I'm like, damn, I got to start upping my game here a little bit.
I've got today. I had a funny thing. I've got my 2 angels are laid here again, and they've
Oh,
laid, and then the shrimp was sat on top of the filter when I fed before, and the female's here and the male's over here, and the female's looking at the shrimp, and then she shot down the other end of the tank. You seen her get the male, and the male come up to bully the shrimp. It's funny the way she went to get him, and then he came back on the bounce.
but they don't eat them.
No,
Interesting.
well, I always make sure they're adults before I put them in with the angels. So
Yeah, I've never had anything bigger than a rummy nose. I don't
No.
know anything about decent sized fish.
it's just the same as the little ones, really. You just need bigger tanks.
Yeah, I don't have room for anything bigger than this 90.
Well,
The biggest fish I ever had was a 14-inch red devil, and that was the biggest I ever had in all the
Wow.
time. He was a monster too. He was, he would try to attack you, and you walk up to the tank, and he would just hit the glass so hard that it would send water over the top of it.
Oh my God.
He was, he was something else.
What size tank was that, Jeff?
That was only a 90-gallon tank. He was too small for him.
only
I'm not
It was
good at
a 4-foot 90-gallon tank, and he was 14 inches, but he was the only fish in the tank. So I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, he was. I mean, try to clean the tank. That was an adventure. I actually had to have Kathy take the big net and hold him back while I got in with a gravel bag, because I had to reach down and move rocks around. And he grabbed me. He got me right here between my thumb and my forefinger, and he ripped it good, and it was bleeding one time. So I was like, after that, I was kind of very worried about cleaning that tank with him, because he
So what
would do
happened
some.
to him? Did
He
you have
died
him
of
for
old
tea?
age. He lived for about 12 years, and then he passed away.
God.
Yeah, and that's not real long for a fish like that. They can live up to 15, 18 years.
Wow.
But 12 years, 12. I had him for 12 years. He was a good fish.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, and then we have my mate here, Paul, Big Fish Lad in Fish Northwest. Yeah, he says they are nightmares. The Amphilophus. Yeah. Oh yeah. He knows about them. He knows well about them.
Can I hit Ron with the first question then?
Yes, go right
Yeah.
ahead.
Sure.
Ron, what are your favorite type of plants? Like, this is what I've been curious about because I've noticed you're playing with like heavy root feeders and your epiphytes. So I was wondering what your favorite type of plants are.
It's like asking somebody who their favorite kid is, isn't it? Wow. Well, what I have, and I really like the swords. I've got several different swords, and for the life of me, the genus is just gone. Help me out. The Amazon sword.
The Amazon swords.
Yeah, the genus, it's gone.
Echinodorus.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got, I think, 4 different species, maybe 5. I like the cryptocorynes a lot. I've got a bunch of those, and I got 3 different ones from Terra, right?
Yeah.
Who I met on this page. I got one of the pink flamingos, or not on this chat. I'm sorry. I got 3 of the pink flamingos from her, and then 2 others. And then I've got the Weddy eyes. I've got the green and the bronze. And I guess they're bronze. I think they were sold as red, but they seem to be a lot darker than red. So, yeah, thanks. Yeah, Mandy, yeah. And then, gosh, what else? And I like, I've got Anubias, got some different species of Anubias, and they do moderately well for me. Mostly they grow. The leaves don't always look good. Kind of blotchy, spotty. I've got one that's actually flowering right now. And then, the Java ferns. So simple stuff. Really just mostly simple stuff. I cannot grow stems to save my life.
Same.
Yeah. And, Keith and I were going back and forth about that. I think on one of the YouTube posts, a month or so ago. And yeah. I don't even know if we ever came to a conclusion, but, I don't know if it's a water. I don't think it's a light issue for me. I think it's a water quality issue, a water parameter issue. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would love to be able to grow stems. When I first started back in this, I used to have tanks when I was a kid, and the plants were all plastic. Oh gosh, I don't know. We moved into this house December 22. Yeah, 22. And I decided I wanted an aquarium again. And so I started watching stuff on YouTube. And one of the first things I ran across was MD Fish Tanks. And he does aquascaping. Oh, that looks really cool. So, I got this 16-gallon water box. And I don't know, was that about 60 liters? I think it's about
for conversions.
Yeah.
What size tank was that?
It was a 16-gallon water box.
That's about a 55 liter.
Yeah, I've got a really cool conversion app, but I've got to go backwards on it.
Oh, we got it right here. I can do this.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. And I put, some chunks of Sirius stone in, a piece of Mapani wood, a couple other little pieces of wood, and some Java fern that I got in the plastic tubes. Yeah.
I'm not sure, Gord, if you could put the 16 liters to gallons, or 16 gallons to liters on there. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right.
I've got this app that it does about a dozen different things. Let's see, U.S. liquid gallon to liters.
See if that works. Let's see if that one works.
60 liters, about 60 and a half.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it is 60 liters. I was 5 liters off.
Yeah, about 60 and a half liters. And I put I got some the Top Fin brand from PetSmart in the little tubes, a couple of the Anubias and some Java fern. And I got some little stem plants, and the stem plants did all right for a while. And over time, they just kind of faded out. And I've tried stem plants in some of my other tanks in the garage, no luck at all. So I've really just kind of given up on those. I'm not sure what I need to do. If I need to, RO water and then mineralize it. That's easy to say. Remineralize it. And then I'm not sure. And it's just not worth the effort. So I've got, what's he saying, with normal aquarium light, they do, shallow water. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe. I've got, yeah.
Oh, so the deeper the water, you got to have a more powerful light to get down to it.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe they're not the right color spectrum lights. That could be part of it too. They were not the most expensive lights. I got them on Amazon. The brand is Nycrew, and they've got a timer, and they work all right. And I've got those over that 16-gallon water box, and I have two 40-gallon breeders, and I've got one of those over each one of those. In one of the 40-gallon breeders, it's Amazon swords and a bunch of hornwort that's just sort of run rampant, and this little bitty floater called Rickia water spangles. And I've had other stuff in there. I've got crypts in there now, but no stems. I've got Balsinaria in there also. But yeah, Keith, I like the heavy feeders, the heavy root feeders. Those seem to work really well for me.
I have a message on Messenger. Somebody just came across. They're probably watching the stream and says that my favorite plant is let's see what this is here. It's a crinium. I know that. Crinium calamastratum.
Yeah, calamastratum. Yeah.
And that's Fiona the fish breeders. That's her name.
Yeah, I know. I used to teach horticulture, and at the horticulture department I taught at, if I'm spelled Crinum, is that right?
Crinum, yeah.
Yeah, crinum is the way I learned to pronounce it. Doesn't matter as long as you spell it right. That's what I used to tell my students. And I think it was about one of the largest bulbs there are. There are these massive bulbs, and the leaves would get 6 or 8 feet tall, and then a huge inflorescence off of it. But I don't have any in the tanks.
Oh, that was Ed. Okay, thanks, Ed.
So, but Marie's got one. You just told her the name of it again, and I've got one with the waffly leaves. The
crinum.
No.
Crinum calamastratum.
Say it again.
Crinum calamastratum.
No, not a crinum.
Are they eaten?
Yeah.
Are they Pongigeton?
Yeah. I've got 2 of those.
Yeah.
Marie's got the Bulvinianus.
Have I?
Yeah.
And I've got the other one with the crinkly edges.
Oh, wow.
The one
I think that's either Crispus or Longiplumus by the looks of it.
I don't know.
Neither do I.
I like it.
Yeah, same here. Mine's massive. My leaves on mine must be about 2 foot, but they're in the back corner. Look, I never see them.
2 foot, I think. I could yank it out the tank if I'd make a lot of mess.
What is Steve saying here? Yeah, a piranha would just simply move over to the other side.
Piranha.
Oh, I had one, and a friend stuck his hand in the tank, thought he was being funny, and it bit him. And it wasn't so funny after that. So yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow, 40 inches tall. That's a deep tank. I have a hard time cleaning my 24-inch tank. I mean, it's all the way up to my arm,
Yeah, I've got that 75-gallon, and it's, it's armpit deep.
Yep.
Yeah.
You need good lights.
But I couldn't imagine trying to do a 40-inch tank. That's a lot.
Yeah, I guess what is it? Snapfish? You guys have access? Is it Snapfish that you guys have access to in the UK? Is that the brand?
Snapfish.
They make tanks. They make kits. Is it Snapfish?
Not heard of it.
No, and I can't remember. Watching MD Fish Tanks, he uses their lights a lot. Whoever it is, and he has
so it's Superfish.
Superfish, yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. And apparently they make really good lights. They're not available here.
It was MD was promoting them all pond solution lights for ages, and I got them all, and I was suffering with really bad algae issues in every tank I used them on. and I've started changing over to Tiger, and I found the difference in the amount of algae I'm getting is like unreal.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
huh. I've got two tigers here that I bought. They had a sale half off, so I bought two of them for 36-inch tanks, and they're still sitting in boxes next to me here. So I'm going to swap those out for the Nicrew.
They're quite good. They're like full spectrum. So I was watching Alex from Fishery, and he was saying that they're the same. The main rim of lights is the same as the Fluval 3.0, the plant light, which is like 300 quid, and
Yeah.
you can pick the Hydro for 70 quid. But he said they're just like 70% as bright, which is ironic because I run mine at 70% on my Fluval 3.0, so it's basically like running that on. Is running me Hydro on full.
New Zealand has arrived. Here's the copy. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'll have to swap these out and see if I get different results, Keith.
That's Alan, right?
Definitely.
Alan. Okay. I forgot his name. Hello, Alan.
Quite early there, I think. Hi, Gabriel.
But Dean from Hobbytown had a question here. He's looking at plants for his small tank, but he doesn't want to do a deep root. What would you recommend?
Plants for small tank.
How deep of a substrate?
How deep of a substrate?
Or whatever. I just
because we got these guys here, they know about plants. I don't really know that much, but that would be a good question for them to answer.
I reckon Ron would say crypts.
Yeah, crypts or the Echinodorus. I mean, the plants do it, but because we talked about that sort of the plant group that they're in, the monocots. We talk about monocots and dicots, right? Monocots are they're considered a fibrous root. So the analogy I used to use for my students was when you take a monocot out of the ground and shake all the soil off the roots, it looks like a mop. Just a lot of long fibrous roots.
Oh, like radial roots?
Yeah, I've never heard them called that, but yeah, I guess that'll work. Just long, slender, in all directions, as opposed to a woody branching or a branching root structure like you'd see with a dicot plant. Okay, so just these long, slender, fibrous roots. So yeah, crypts or the Echinodorus, anything like that, they're just gonna, they'll work in even an inch of sand. The roots will just spread out across the bottom of the tank, and eventually they'll be at the other end of the tank. But they're sucking up, they're sucking up nutrients. They're sucking up all the fish poop, whatever else that migrates down through the sand. So they're gonna be beneficial like that. That's my 2 cents anyway.
Totally agree. To be fair, and one that I was thinking was dwarf sedge.
Yeah, that's another one. I like that a lot. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I've got a bunch of that.
See, I ordered loads. I've ordered like over 100. What would you call it? Of dwarf sedge, and growing around my tank, it just looks like normal sedge, but it's 6 to 12 inches long. It almost looks like Vallisneria, which I already had plants. So
yeah, I didn't know the dwarf sedge got that tall.
No, the dwarf sedge I've got in here is that big.
Right.
But the other stuff I've ordered straight away, it was throwing shoots out that were nearly 12 inches long on some of them.
I've got some that's been in the tank for a long time, and it's in a little 12-inch cube. So it's 12 by 12 by 12. And I put a cluster of about, I think 4 or 5 plants, little divisions, in the front, and then another 4 or 5 on the side. And it's spread all the way around the 2 sides of the tank. And in the back of the tank, it's probably going on 6 or 8 inches tall now.
Wow.
Yeah, it just took off. And it's gotten there. I've got a really deep substrate in that one too. So, but it's beautiful. I love that for a plant. It's a great, I don't know, can you call that a carpeting plant? It's a low filler.
I do.
Yeah, all right. It spreads and it catches a lot of the mulm and stuff down in it. But I've got the Neocaridina in there, and they get down in there and clean it out. I've also got the little pygmy cories in there, and they get down there and work it out. So, yeah, I think that, the dwarf sage is another great plant for that. And that's one of the things I think a lot of people, when they buy plants are a little on the expensive side. You only get one or two, grab a bunch as much as you can. Yeah. And plant it heavy. And you're going to have better, faster results. And it really does good things for I think, the water quality and the substrate quality too. And it's just pretty, it's just really attractive.
That reminds me, Ron, that's another question I wanted to ask you was, what would you recommend to beginners to get into to start off with plants?
I think any of those we mentioned. And I'm serious.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, the crypts, the echinodoros, the sage, the dwarf sage, Java ferns are dead easy. And there's what, 2 or 3 or 4 different kinds of Java ferns. And then Anubias.
Oh, nice.
I think, there's bound to be, some of the bulbitis, some of the other epiphytic ferns. You can super glue them to a rock or a piece of wood. And they pretty much, assuming the water's, suitable for them, the water type is suitable for them, they're all pretty dead easy to raise and to grow. So
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good, start. Stems, again, their stems are probably really easy for some people. It just, again, it's either light or water or both, maybe. So
with me, when I had stems in the house and I was trying to grow them in a wall start tank, and I found they get to the top, and once they get to the top half the tank, they'd explode. And I don't know whether I'm right in saying this, I don't know whether I'm lying, but it seems like they're really apical dominant. So once they get going, the bottom half just fades out. And then when you start...
Yeah, go. Yes, go. I'm sorry.
So when you start trimming them, the bottom half just starts looking scruffier and more worn out. Right. So I thought, well, I'll try highlights, fert, CO2, and see how I get on. And they just got to the top faster and then stripped faster.
Yeah.
So I was like, these aren't for me. I love Ritala, I love Bacopa. Bacopa's quite slow. And I love Ludwigias or Ludwigias, however you want to pronounce them.
Sure.
But if I stick to them, I seem to have... And Hygrophila is another one I found lately I do well with. But when I start getting away from them, when I start getting into Alternaria and stuff like that, that's when I start having problems with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when it gets really tall, it starts shading out the lower growth.
Yeah.
And then maybe, then it's harder for it to recover. And maybe it will in time. So maybe pruning sooner, not letting it get to the top. Might be a thought.
Go
ahead. I was going to say hydrocotyle is another one I have good luck with too.
Really?
I've never been able to keep it.
Yeah.
No.
I put that in that 16-gallon water box also, and I had a big wad of it that I ended up pulling out and I spread it in a couple other things.
I've got the Brazilian pennywort, and that's doing really well.
Oh wow, yeah.
Ooh.
But the tripartita or however you pronounce it, every time I put it in the tank, it just melted out. And everyone tells me it's a really easy plant.
No, I don't think it is.
The one I have is Hydrocotyle Japan. I think that's what it was
Yeah.
sold.
That's the same one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah.
I think. I might be
Kind of a
wrong.
clover
It is, yeah.
leaf.
Yeah, it's really nice, but
Yeah.
I can't keep it alive.
Wow, yeah,
Well, it looks leggy and horrible.
right. And then I've got a Jorge, Mexicali fish keeper, gave me a little piece of guppy grass. I don't know if any of you have ever grown guppy grass. I have 5-6 tanks full of guppy grass now.
I tried guppy grass and it died on me.
Oh my God. I am selling it on eBay now because
Yeah. Good. I'll buy some from you.
Yeah. And then the hornwort also, just like
Hornwort grows like the gangbusters for me,
Yeah.
but
I'm going to start
It-
selling that on eBay too. Why not? So.
yeah.
pay for fish food if nothing else, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
See, the problem with hormones is it's really allelopathic. So when you put it in with, I was talking to Rob and Glenn about this. When you put them in shrimp tanks, you never get any algae in the shrimp tanks ever again after you put hormones in.
Yeah.
It'll kill some plants off because it's releasing chemicals. It's chemical warfare. Which
I thought it was
before.
because it absorbed too much of the nutrients and it starved the other plants out. I didn't know it was actually putting out a chemical.
Yeah,
But
well,
I was told that it would
Really?
it would absorb the nutrients rather than. But I didn't know about putting a chemical out.
Yeah, I have not had any problems with die off of other plants. I've got it. Essentially, it's gone nuts in one plant or in one tank with the big Echinodoris and a bunch of Crips from Balsinaria. I know in the landscape industry or in horticulture, they call that allelopathy.
Yeah.
And plants like oaks and eucalyptus. You guys probably don't know from eucalyptus in the UK, huh?
Yeah, we have it
Do you really?
as an ornamental thing in the garden.
Okay, yeah. Well, their leaf litter, and I'm not sure it's not coming out of the roots as well. It releases toxins in the soil that inhibits the germination of other plants. It reduces competition.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't see, typically you don't see oak seedlings coming up under oak trees, because the acorns fall right there. But the ones that germinate are usually pretty far off from the parent plants. So because of that allelopathy, the oak litter. So, but God, I didn't know hornworts did. I'm not having that problem, fortunately. So,
no.
But I do get it where it's kind of like a mulm trap. So, and also the guppy grass, I'll get wads of it that's just full of just mulm. So I have to, and it doesn't clean up. So I just pull handfuls out and throw it away. I'll throw it in the landscape. Actually, it just breaks down and it's compost. So it's good for the plants. I water all the patio plants, the potted plants with tank change water too. So.
Mr. Fishburne says, since I got a mono and autosynclus, all of my beard has gone on and plants are green. Oh, nice.
That's nice. I'll tell you what, I've got both and I've still got blackbeard. It's like nothing eats that stuff for me.
Mm-hmm.
I love autosynclus. There's a little saltwater fish that hangs out with sharks. They stick to them. They're called remora. And that's what they remind me of, these
pilot fish. Is that also another word name for them? Yeah,
they're great. I love them. And the PetSmart, I was asking when do they get more, and they go, we're probably not ordering them anymore. They don't seem to do real well shipping. And I would love to get another dozen or so just to spread out across my tanks. Great little workhorses, great little cleanup crew.
Yeah, cute.
I've never had an autosynclus yet. I have so many bristlenose that I gotta get.
Wow.
Yeah, I find all the aquascapers love the autosynclus, don't they? Like,
yeah,
you see them in everyone's tank, but like Ron said, they don't ship well, so local shops tend to overstock them, knowing that they'll have a die-off, and they tend to keep hold of them for a bit.
yeah.
Let's see what Coral's saying here. There's no scientific evidence that any plants are allelopathic in any capacity. If there's none to reputable study, oak trees and data, then it's a supposition, not science. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I've never noticed any issues with it. And I've got, I had it, well, I still do. I've got it in one tank full of shrimp. And it's pretty much almost top to bottom. And the shrimp live in it, And I had these two big, well, not so big, maybe 5-inch diameter and 5-inch tall terracotta pots with substrate and crypt one-eye just in there, kind of like a little farm pot. And,
Nice.
They were doing fine. They were starting to get shaded out by it. They'll do fairly well in low light, but I mean, it was getting flat out dark. So one thing, Coro, isn't there a thing in Sacramento? Is it coming up this coming up weekend, or was it last? I was going to go to that, but there's no flights from where I live to there without, these massive different directions to get there. Be faster to drive, and it'd be an 8-hour drive. So I don't know if I'm going to go. So.
God,
Be a nice drive, road trip. Yeah.
that's a long drive.
Keith, you were, I remember one of your videos, you were doing plants outside. You got some tubs or ponds or something going?
Yeah, I got a big pond going, yeah.
How's that going?
Well, I keep taking tanks apart and throwing clumps of plants out in the pond, so it's doing good, but it's just full of mismatched plants now.
Okay.
Where I've been putting them apart and throwing them in. So
yeah.
it's probably not the most aesthetically pleasing, but with plants transitioning and stuff, the home water there, it's everywhere. It's between everything now. So
Sure. Yeah.
it's absolutely flying through everything. So
it's very aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any stems in there too, or are you throwing your stem cuttings in there? Or?
I've got stems. I've got Rotala rotundifolia in there. I've got Rotala Wallacea, is it? I've got Ludwigia repens in there, but the bits that are coming out the pond are the darkest red I've ever seen on a plant. They're almost purple. The tips on it they look absolutely amazing. So I've got Alternatharia. I ordered Renickii, but I'm sure I got sent. I think it was Rosifolia or something. But that doesn't look like it's doing great in there. It's just kind of sitting there, not doing anything. So, and then I've got a ton of Java fern that I got in there. That some guy asked me, did I want some Java fern? I said yeah, and he gave me a carrier bag full. It was the size of a pillow, but all the leaves were jet black on it. And I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it's been algae that's died off or something, but it's just this stubborn black thing all over the leaves. And slowly I've been nursing it back to health. And there's a few that are just rhizomes. So I'm hoping they throw some leaves out, but I'm not seeing much at the moment. And
yeah, I had some Java fern I had a lot of plants that got a lot of algae in a couple tanks. And I took them out, put them in a little 5-gallon tank, filled it with water, a little sponge filter, and poured in about 2 ounces of hydrogen peroxide once a week, and pretty much cleaned them up. It seems to work for algae, yeah.
I think I should give that a go, shouldn't I? Try that.
Huh?
I should give that a go. Give that a try. Try and get that, because it's really stubborn.
Yeah.
I kind of left it in the tank with the shrimp and snails, hoping they clean it up. And loads of the patches of it have gone, but it's still there.
Yeah.
And Jimmy says that he's talking that the veils are great and easy to grow. I have the dwarf sage, which is basically like a dwarf, kind of a similar. Yeah. But I want to get some of that jungle veil, I think, for my tall tank.
Yeah, I bought some of that, and it took, I think it took almost a year for it to get established. It just, for me, it was really slow to establish. Now it's gone nuts. It's up to the top and going across the top, and it's spreading out in the ground or in the sand, And my substrate in a couple of these tanks is some of that aquatic pond soil. I put some of that down, and then a little bit of the fluvial stratum on top of that, and then sand on top of that, and then some gravel, and and I got these big chunks of wood. I found these big branches of this called salt cedar along the railroad tracks here, not too far from where we are. And I brought it home and I cut one up into 3 pieces. It was like 5 feet long. And sort of stacked them, and they're in one of the 40 breeders, and the other one's just the big chunk that was busted off of same plant, and dropped that in, and they got all that white bioslime. It's almost like pectin, like jelly, all over it. And eventually it cleared up, and they're great. and I've got these big, I don't know if they're a high fin, kind of a brown with a reddish eye pleco, and they eat the wood. And so I've got hang on back filters, and got 3 days. Those filters are really pooped up, from the pleco feeding on those. But all the plants are, the plants I have are all in with that wood too, so.
We've had a few people jump in the chat here. I just want to address right quick. We have Gil from Australia, and let's see, who else do we have? We have Crown. Yeah, it's right in front of me here. Crown Tell Half Moon. Hello, welcome.
Hi.
I'm sorry to interrupt, gentlemen. Go right ahead. I just wanted to catch them.
Where's Jeff?
That's good information, Gil. Float the valve until it produces runners, then plant the runners.
Yeah, well, that's basically what I've been doing here. I've got.
Nice.
Oh.
But one thing I found is I was watching a bonsai artist called Harry Harrington, and what he specialises in is going up into the hills and digging up what they call yamadori, where they dig up the wild trees from the hills, and he collects a lot of hawthorn, and he said it's notoriously difficult to get it to root hawthorn. So I got this stuff, which is what he recommended, and I was using it on my trees that I was like planting in the garden and stuff to get them to root. And I read on UK Aquatic Plant Society that it's great to get plants that aren't doing well rooted in a planted tank. And I tried it, and what I found is, as soon as I tried it, anything with like a rhizome or like the runners, the crenum I had thrown at the top of the tank was just sulking. As soon as I dosed it, it threw roots. I was like fat, like really like thick roots. But the likes of the valve just exploded around the tank within weeks.
What is that stuff?
It's called Canna Rhizotonic. I think it's not a fertilizer. It's like it says it's like, I think it's kind of like a seaweed extract, but they say it's an algae extract, and it's full of vitamins and stuff like that help the plant produce hormones, apparently.
Okay.
And I found when I was using it in my tanks, anything with the rhizome seemed to explode with growth.
Oh, interesting.
And like the likes of the valve just spread out over the tank. But one thing I found with valve is it loves hard water. Anything with a high KH. And Diana Wolstad was talking in a book that I think it's one of them plants that will absorb carbon out the water from the KH in low CO2 environments, so it just carries on growing, which I find that really interesting, all that stuff, where the plants have learned to adapt to use carbon from the water column in like low CO2 conditions.
Huh.
And talking about the one thing I found is, Flourish XL.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The Flourish, Secan Flourish XL, the liquid carbon that's
glyceraldehyde.
I think this is what Clara was referring to, all these roots that are growing out of this stem. I floated at the top. You can see all these aerial, has lots of aerial roots.
Adventitious roots, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, roots there, and then also at the bottom, too. Here's some from the stem where I'd planted actually into the substrate.
You could essentially bust that up into about 20 separate cuttings.
Oh, yeah, but you see here also, you can see the nice red, I don't know if you can see the red color, if it's coming through or not. It's got some really nice pink and red color on these leaves.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, I love it. One of my few plants that I do have that do good for me right now.
Maybe I just need to like float stem plants.
I find they do best when you float them. That's, what's the guy's name? Is it Bentley Pascoe or something?
Probably.
There is a Bentley Pascoe.
There is a Bentley Pascoe, and he's pretty well known.
Yeah, one of the things he was saying in one of his older videos is when you get stems, when you first get them, just to float them in the top of the tank instead of trying to plant them. Let them sit on the top of the tank for a few months, let them settle in.
Yeah.
And if any of mine are doing bad, I tend to let them float at the top, like the wisteria. I don't know what's going on with that. I got it, and it just melted away slowly from the bottom up. Well, Ludwigia is usually not Ludwigia. Wisteria is usually a really bright lime green, and this was like a dull olive color. So as soon as I seen it, I thought there's something wrong with that. And the leaves are usually like quite variegated, aren't they? Is that the term where they like separated the leaves on water wisteria? And these were just solid leaves, almost like pennywort leaves or Brazilian pennywort leaves. They look similar to that, but not as bright. And I thought there's something going on with this plant, and it's never done well ever since.
Huh.
I want to say one thing about Keith right now. You've had quite an impact on the planted community.
Me?
You?
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if I had, to be honest.
No, you have. I mean, look at Big Fish Lad, Fish Northwest. I mean, the type of fish he's kept, he's never kept plants. He's like me, basically. Except, I think I've had plants a little bit longer than him, maybe. But he's deep into it now. He loves the plants.
Well, that's kind of ironic, that, Jeff, when you say it like that, because like it's YouTube that gave me the kick up the bum, because I was into Wallstad, wasn't I? And I was just talking about Wallstad method tanks. And the only reason why I used to keep plants was to absorb all the nutrients from the tanks to keep them the tanks healthier for the fish.
Yeah.
And then I was sharing stuff on the Wallstad tanks, and people were like, "Your plants aren't looking too well." So it gave me the kick up the bum to start looking after my plants. So it's kind of ironic that YouTube's pushed me to do better with plants, and then everyone's responded to me doing better with the plants.
Right.
I'd say two things that have made my hobby so much more successful: plants and snails.
Really?
Before I had plants and snails, I mean, I did all right. I mean, I kept my fish alive, but the tanks never really thrived. But once I got into the snails about 10 years ago or so, it seems like everything, it made the whole ecosystem healthier for some reason. And the fish started breeding more, cleaned up the tank more. I mean, I could feed my fish without having to worry about leftovers. So, I think it's really, between them and the plants, it's really made a world of difference.
Yeah, as a gardener, I mean, snails were meant to be stepped on or thrown into the tree.
I love snails.
So, I've got these, what do they call them, pond snails or bladder snails in a bunch of tanks. Came in with plants. And they are just, in my mind, the scourge of my tanks. But and then I've got these ram's horns. And you did you posted a YouTube short today, Jeff. Is it a pink ram's horn or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mine are all brown, I guess, so they're not worth anything, the brown ones. I don't know. I guess there's several different colors of ram's horns.
I was trying to line breeding them for a little while, and I was getting some pretty nice pink. I got some really nice, really pink, both the flesh and the shell.
Oh, interesting. Mine are all about a dark, like a black coffee brown.
Oh,
yeah.
That's really bright pink ones. They were just beautiful snails. And then I had some blues too.
Can you see that? I don't know the focus on it. It's a leopard.
Oh, leopard. Yeah.
They're nice.
So it's like a blue leopard. So it's got like a leopard print on its shell.
But it's blue. Yeah, I've got some. They're really nice.
They look great until they get to adult size, and then they just go blue, don't they?
Yeah.
Mine just go blue once they're adults.
I like them though. I like the blue. I like the pink.
Yeah, I do too. They're more bright. They're brighter, and I had some that were a violet color, like kind of like a purple. And they were really good. Even the flesh was purple. It was very unique.
Oh, wow.
Like a lavender, like a lavenderish, purplish color. It was really nice snails.
Yeah, I had some, but I lost them all.
Oh.
Huh. I got them on Amazon. Weirdly, I got 3 on Amazon.
I love all the snails, though. You got them from Amazon?
Yeah, I did an unboxing of them. Yeah, it just came in an envelope in a tiny pot.
I missed it. When did you do that?
I think my second video ever or something.
Oh, I have to go back then.
Terrible. Right at the
I'll go
beginning.
back and see it.
It's only a few months ago, but yeah, they were lovely, but they didn't survive. I don't know why. The rabbit snails like it in there.
Yeah. You got the rabbit snails from Amazon as well?
No, I got them from the local fish shop.
I got mine from
lot,
Amazon.
the first lot I got free because I asked for some Malaysian trumpets, and he picked all the rabbits out and put them in a bag.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's cool.
yeah. That was the boss of the shop as well, so I'm surprised that he did that. So that was quite good.
That's where I got my rabbit snails was Amazon. I got
Oh,
5 of them.
really?
Yep, got them on there. The
I want
orange,
some orange ones.
Sulawesi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I got all my shrimp. I got that red cherry, the orange sunkissed, and blue dream neocaridina, all from Amazon.
Wow.
There's a place in Fullerton, California called Swimming Creatures.
Mhm.
And they ship fish and shrimp, but I got my shrimp from them. I got a mono shrimp from them as well. So I like them.
I've never had an Amano shrimp yet. I've had, I have a ghost shrimp that's about 2.5 inches long.
Wow,
He's been, and the thing of it is, they say they only live for a year, but this is a 3-year-old shrimp, and it's just,
Okay.
and it's always hiding when I want to look at it. But I'm sitting here watching the tank. I come down here and it'll be right out on the sponge filter or something. Just a massive.
Yeah.
And when she gets eggs, they're a really bright green color. And she's bred in that tank before, but I don't have any males anymore, so I have to get some more and hopefully get them going. Because I had a whole tank full of the ghost.
Right.
They're really fascinating to watch too.
No,
They
not
breed.
had those.
They breed nice.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool. I'd like to see if I can breed a mono shrimp. I know there's some tricks to that with you got to go into
Really
brackish
difficult.
water, when they're, or after they drop the eggs, they turn into zoos, something like that. Then the water needs to be brackish.
Yeah.
And then keeping them alive at that point is the hard part. So I've got a 1-gallon jar with an air stone in it, and I've had it for 6 months or so. And brine shrimp, just full adult brine shrimp, they just keep reproducing in there. So I thought if I can get the Amano shrimp to drop their eggs, zoos, whatever, in another tank, and then just siphon them out of there and put them in with the brine shrimp. See if that'll work. So got nothing to lose really. So
Steve says Jeff is busting the numbers. Well, don't.
Hi,
Wow.
FM. Hi, Ross.
Ross is here.
Ross Baltimore, FM Aquascapes.
Oh, okay. I'm way behind in the chat here. I'm going to scroll.
I've missed somebody.
There he is, Ross Baltimore. Okay. Hey, Ross. Very nice. I think.
Hi, Stephen.
Oh yeah, Stephen P. Hello. And New Burn Aquatics also. There. Okay.
Wow.
And we have Amazon Research Center, Dr. Anthony. Hello, Doctor. How you doing? So good to have you join us this evening. It's
very cool.
wonderful. Very wonderful. Let's see here. I think we're getting pretty much caught up. Have to scroll on down here. If you guys notice me so far behind to say, hey, Jeff, hurry up. Yeah, I'll go down to the new, there we are. And there is FM. Hello, FM. Welcome. Welcome to the special edition here. We got we have 2 plant people down at the bottom, and then we have our Marie up here. She's a plant person. She has a great channel. And you guys are talking about plants, and I'm kind of learning. I'm just kind of for most, except from running my mouth like right now, I've been listening. So you guys go ahead and continue on, and I'm just going to keep an eye on the chat here, okay?
What's your background in plants, Keith? Do you have a formal
Mine?
background? Yeah.
No, not really. Just researching, really.
Yeah.
I've done a master's degree in biomedical science, so I've studied a lot of biology, so kind of like when you get down to that sort of level where it's like that, like the biology is basic, it's very similar, isn't it? When you start playing with chemicals and stuff, like.
Sure.
Amazing.
Sure.
I mean, at that level, there's only so many different combinations of molecules and stuff that you can build with the things. So, a lot of my research was into phytopharmacology as well. So I've studied plants from that side of things, but never really heavily into. I wish I'd have done like marine biology or something along them lines, really, rather than the line I went down. It was only after I finished university I thought, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I go do marine biology or something, ecology, something like that?
Go back and get another major.
Yeah, go back.
Yeah. Do you know what? Like I've been offered about 3 PhDs and I've turned them all down because I just haven't got the passion to do it, and you've got to be really passionate about it, haven't you? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We certainly got the passion for aquatic plants, I can tell you that. And that's very inspiring to the rest of us.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, that's the thing. Like when I watch when I watch Ron's videos, like I was in awe of the stuff he knew. So.
Right.
I've got so much to learn. Wow.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, that I learned this years ago. The more I learn, the less I know,
Yeah.
The more I realize I need to learn. So it's constant. And that's what keeps me coming back for this, though. It's a great hobby.
Well, that's like when we were finishing the show the other week, someone said to me, I know plants, and I said, no, I know soil. Because, like, in my opinion, I'm no great expert on plants. So, like, I've studied the soil for years, and then it's only when YouTube started telling me I need to start paying attention to my plants that I started to. I've done more study of plants through bonsai than I have through aquarium. So
Really?
yeah, because
Wow.
the same time you moved on, I just moved back into this house. This is my house. I'd rented it out for a while and moved back into it. And I gave up all my tanks and thought, that's me, done with the hobby. And I got into bonsai. And I just remember sitting there with the likes of Peter Warren, who's like, he's been to Japan and done a proper Japanese, what do you call it? The Japanese apprenticeship with the famous bonsai master. And I just remember sitting with the likes of him and Harry Harrington, like all these really famous bonsai artists, having eaten, and I'm just sat there chatting to them. And then I thought, do you know what, to other people this would be like a fantastic experience, like this would be like a dream to them, sitting in a studio, eating and talking to them as friends. And I thought, but this isn't my passion. Like, it's not fair me sitting here when I'm not as passionate as other people about, like, the people in the aquarium hobby. I'd be starstruck if I was doing this with them.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I've got to get myself back into fish tanks.
Yeah.
And that's when I started. And within weeks, Big Fish Lad had posted a video on his YouTube channel. And I said, I'd love to do that. And he said, just do it.
Yeah.
So I did. I picked up a camera. And it was 2 years ago, yesterday. You just pick up a camera and do it. So I literally just did it there and then. Because I thought, if I don't do it now, I never will.
Yeah.
So I just did.
That's great.
And the first tank I ever talked about was one I just dated and planted Echinodorus in.
I'm sorry. I'm just if you hear me blurt out every once in a while, I'm just acknowledge. I'm trying to do it unobtrusively as much as possible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, same.
Trying to. Sorry about that. So just pay no attention to me if you hear me just say something. Just ignore me, okay?
It's the Wizard of Oz right there. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yes.
Yeah. It was about a year ago or so that I walked into really limited for local fish shops here other than the big box stores. And the guy goes, you should do YouTube shorts. Okay. So that's kind of where mine started too. Just, somebody said, and it's, well, it's growing. It's growing slow, but it's growing. So
What's the thing? It's like you have to put so much effort in to get like 1% growth, don't you, onto your channel? And
yeah,
I don't think people realise how hard it is, to actually. But the thing I found is that like YouTube, like it tells you when you're using everything to do with YouTube, just get started and stuff, and then straight away they're like, right, you need 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time, and you're like,
right.
I've only just put one video out, like
Yeah.
there was only my mum and my missus that watched it. Like, where am I getting these 1,000 subs from? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure where they are. So
No, and then I thought to myself, it was only after I thought that it isn't that important to me. Like, so I get monetized. Like, it's telling me I need to do that to get monetized, but the amount of views I get,
yeah,
I'd probably make more money doing an hour's overtime a month. So I was thinking to myself, like, so it's this sort of stuff that, like, I got that focused on all this stuff and started stressing myself out and thinking, how do we do this? How do I get these? And I thought that's not why I joined YouTube, was to hit these numbers. It was to get in touch with other fish keepers, and I thought I've already done all that. Like, there's so many people I know that, like Jeff was saying before, he was scrolling through messages, and there's, I've got Paul, Big Fish Lad, me and him chat all the time, and there's just loads of people that I'm in touch with that, like, I don't know how to explain. Like, that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I was passionate about. So to get that, like, that's what I aim for. And then it was only when I thought, hang on a minute, I'm already doing everything I already wanted to. So what's the big, like, stress about getting this 1,000 subs? And then if I once I started forgetting about all that, then it starts building then.
Right.
Oh, we have Glenn just joined us. Hello, Glenn. Welcome, mate.
That would be icing on the cake. I retired, I don't know, 6-7 years ago now. And so, that'd be icing on the cake, so it'd be nice. But yeah, I do it for fun as well. It's and trying to reach other people, and I learn a lot, and, and I like to do, little how-tos when I can, little how-to videos, the DIY stuff. I'll never be, what's his name, Joey? The king.
Joey Mullen.
Yeah, I'll never be him. I don't want to be.
No.
But I like to do DIY stuff. That's kind of fun. I've got another project I got to do. I did this one. It was kind of a hack on Adrian's fish room. He did this thing he called it a permanent drain line on the back of an aquarium for a friend of his. So I made one. I thought, well, I could do this. I made one, and now I've got to do a modification to it. So that'll be another video. So. It was a cool project. It was a really cool project, and it works really well. For it's in the tank. There's a pickup tube in the tank permanently, and it's charged with water, and there's a ball valve on it. And I'll hook a garden hose up to it, open the ball valve, and it starts draining the tank. Just that easy, and shut the ball valve off, and it's done. So what I'll do is I'll crack the ball valve open and put a fill tube in the other end of the tank, and just sort of let it flush for a bit. Got to be careful, because I'll do it sometimes, and my angelfish will be up gasping. So I don't understand why. I don't know if it's too much for them, so I backed off a little bit. But it's a real easy water change that way. So, it was a neat project. It was a fun project. It's all PVC pipe, So, and I love doing stuff like that. I used to build irrigation systems, landscape irrigation systems. So
Wow.
I'm well versed in that. So fun.
I remember Joey Mullen done a similar thing when he first started his channel, where he showed you how to build an overflow pipe without drilling your tank. So you could sump your tank without drilling it. And I thought that's such a brilliant idea. So I rushed out to the local hardware store, bought all the stuff, cut it all up, plumbed it all together, and I put it in my tank. And I had a reef tank with a sump, and then I had a 100-litre display refugium with all algae to absorb all the nutrients out the water. And like it run great for weeks, and then I went into uni one day. When I come home, it stopped siphoning, and all the water out of all my tanks had just overflowed out this tank onto the floor.
Oh no.
So I've never done a DIY project after that.
Be very, very
But then my missus
selective
would have
about-
said,
yeah.
my missus would have said to me, "Well, what were you expecting? Look at the coat hanger you put up." Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you try.
geez.
You're welcome, mate.
Yeah, I gotta just be very selective about the projects, huh?
I can't help
Only
it.
do-
How happy I am right now having everybody here. So that's my little bird. Go, kid, continue. I'm sorry. It's just so nice. I just love all the interaction we're having here in the chat and everything. And you guys, I could just sit and I'm enjoying it. Just put it that way. Okay.
Yeah, I glance at it. Mostly I'm, looking at Keith, Marie, and you. So.
I'll tell you what, I'm fascinated by talking about DIY is your little pots with your crypts in.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
They're amazing.
Amazon, yeah, little or they 1.9 inch, so they're just short. And then I put just a little sand gravel mix with a little fluval stratum, and then I get the API fish, the API root tabs.
Yeah.
And the first time I put a bunch in a little mortar and pestle and ground them all up, and put a little bit of the mix in the bottom of the pots, and then just a little dusting of that, the fertilizer after it was ground up, and then essentially held the roots over the pot, into the pot, and then just filtered sand around them to lock them in. And so they were fertilized that way. And then the last time I did it, I just broke up some of the tabs, and after they were planted and in the water, it was easier to do it that way. And I should have actually, somebody called me on it. Why didn't you just throw the quarter tab in there before you plant? And that's what I should have done. So I went back and stuffed them in after the fact. And I don't remember who it was, but might have been Coro. Why didn't you just put them in there first? So yeah, I should have. Yeah, it's like 20/20 hindsight, right? So it's always easier after the fact. So, but that works really well. And then the same thing with the bigger pots. I was buying the crypts on Amazon in the little plastic pots. Pull them out, get the rock wool off, separate them all, and then I got that. I think it's like a 5-inch terracotta, and filled it mostly with the media that I was using, and then started filtering the plants in, and I don't know how, maybe I got 6 or 8 plants, nice divisions out of the one pot, and so then stuck that whole pot in the tank that way. And I've got one behind me. It's going to drip all over the floor if I pull it out, but I could do that. Let me see if I can catch something with it.
Oh yeah, here we are. I got my eye on you.
I was going to do that. I think it would make a lot of mess.
Let it drain out. It's a regular.
But then pots all over the place.
Yeah, it's a regular, like a patio pot.
Ooh, chili dogs, yum.
So
Wow.
I've got my finger over a drain hole. So you don't need drain holes, but that's the way it came. So
I've got one of them from trying to breed. What were they? What was it? Dark Night Rams I had.
Very nice.
We need to get more of that. That's such a good idea to put them all in pots like that.
it works well, and I saw it. God, I think the first time I saw it was actually Keeping Fish Simple, because he uses all glass tanks for his breeding, and when he sticks plants in, they're in a pot, and that makes sense.
Yeah, he always does one in each.
Yeah.
But the terracotta's quite good for like media as well, because it's so porous.
Right. So it's only beneficial bacteria.
So yeah, it helps to cycle a new tank if I've got pots in there that are just chucked at the back.
Sure. And that's how this one ended up in this tank. It was in that tank that was covered with hornwort, and red cherry shrimp. And when I moved it into this tank, next thing I know, there's 3 red cherry shrimp in there. So I guess they were in the top of the pot. I didn't catch them, so
Brilliant.
I put them back. So I got them out of here. I had to take the tank apart. I had a tank full of Hillstream loaches. Major failure. Hanging my head.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I broke it apart 2 days ago. 2 survived out of 10, and that's actually 2 out of 20. Because the first batch I got from a vendor in Texas, none survived. 3 days, 4 days, they were all gone. And so I tried this other vendor in Washington State, and they were doing really well. They all came alive, which was nice. The Texas vendor, there were dead ones, dead on arrival, but they just slowly dropped off. I have no idea why. I'm not sure what was going on. The water parameters were all fine as far as the ammonia, no ammonia, nitrites were like there weren't any. So and, by the same token, there were no nitrates in the water either. So just anyway, so not a clue. So I don't know if I'll try again. Maybe I really like them, and I'd love to breed Hillstream loaches. They're pretty little fish.
Yeah, I'm trying to breed them now, but I had 6. I've lost 1.
Yeah.
I've got them in cold water though.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you had yours?
Oh, only a month, I think.
Oh, all right. Well, I wish you better luck than I had.
I think they're mostly male as well, but and they're quite expensive now. They're about £15 each. So
What is that now?
they're about £15 each now. The Hillstreams.
Oh yeah, they're
I don't think I paid that much.
they're about $10 a piece here. I see.
Yeah, I think that's what I paid for them.
Oh, they've gone up. They used to be 10.
Yeah.
Oh. But you think they'll probably breed for you. You know how to tell the difference between the male and the female, right? With the shape of the fins.
Right. Shape of
Yeah.
the
The male is squared off, and the
Those-
female is more rounded.
Right.
I've got mostly male, I think, but yeah, if I could afford it, I'll get a couple more. But yeah.
Yep. And when you get them, just watch them for on the glass and just choose the ones that are female.
Yeah, I tried to, but it's quite difficult.
Yeah. I'm trying to get
Dancing
them
about.
off
You can't catch them either, and they stick onto the side. You're sort of
I love
scraping
the
off the
Hillstream.
glass.
Yeah.
That's something I want to get. When I seen yours first, Marie, and then I seen when Ron got his. I was like,
They're so cute.
they
They
are.
do not want to let loose when they're on the glass. They are really just little buggers.
Yeah, he almost damaged them getting them out.
Yeah. So it seems to me I saw somebody use a credit card and slide it under the tail. So
Yeah.
it's stuck. They're $12 a piece here where I bought these. So
Okay.
place called Aquahuna.
Oh, you got them from Aquahuna. Okay, that's where I got my albino cribs at. Was Aquahuna.
Oh, was it? Yeah, the second batch. The first batch was it was an eBay vendor out of Texas. And they had good reviews, and there were 3 DOAs, and they gave me a refund right away, no questions. But the rest of them just didn't last, So yeah, ouch is right, So. Yeah, so I love their neat little fish. So I've got a bunch of and I really should have jumped on it. You were asking me about those when we first started going back and forth, Jeff, were the albino crebensis.
Yeah.
And I've got a tank full of those. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with.
If you have any females available, I'm not sure if mine are all male or not because they're not getting. I mean, they're good size, right? They're probably 3 inches, maybe 2.5, 3 inches.
Mine are
They're
still
getting good.
Yeah.
But I don't have any with the purple, the stomachs like the females do, like you have.
Right. I probably got 30 of them in a 30-gallon tank, so I really need to thin them out. And the same thing, there were about 60 in the litter, and about half of them were albino. The other half looked like species. So I've got about 30 species also, and they're a lot bigger. They grew a lot faster, and they are gorgeous. The iridescence in these things, but I got to figure out what to do with those too. So I'm going to have to figure out how to start selling fish on eBay, I guess. So.
Hi, Shane.
Oh, Shane here. Hey, Shane. I'm still scrolling down. We see there's Jeff Kane is in too.
Hi, JK.
DJ. Hello, Sal. I fall behind. I fell behind again, didn't I? Wow. The chat really moves. It's really moving along.
Yeah, we've got 30 people watching.
Yeah. How is the holiday going, Shane? Let us know. I hope you're having. Hope you're having a good time. I know you had a little bit of a scrape there.
There's people watching.
I seen he had a little bit of an injury going on, but hopefully it wasn't too bad. There he is. I hear you got a family back home in your tank. I knew there's going to be a lot.
Yeah, I want to see the babies.
See that thing Ron was doing with the pots? That reminded me of when I was doing marine tanks. Everyone used to have a frag tank, didn't he, of all the corals? And it just reminded me of that. And I just thought that's such a good idea. Just have like a bare bottom tank with spare versions of all your plants going in it.
It's worked really well.
Yeah.
First class.
And well, I guess that's the way it's done commercially, right? Only a lot of times they're doing immersed, where the pots are in water, but all the plants out of water. I guess that's immersed, yeah.
Yeah. That's what they call it.
Yeah. And I prefer.
I was recommending Aquabid to you. I've seen Aquabid. I've never tried that yet, but I use Get Gills, and the Get Gills seems to work pretty good for me. In fact, I had an order today. I had some black mollies go out. I had an order, and but it's easy to get set up with their store, and they do everything for you. I mean, they do get like I think it's 3% off the top when you sell something, which isn't bad.
Right.
And that's the only thing you have to pay that, and then also it goes through like I think Stripe or PayPal, and then they get a small percentage. So it's about 5% off your total sale, or your sale before tax, I should say.
Sure.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. And who is this?
This is Carl. Carl's saying that it's Aquabid.
No, you were saying you use something else.
Oh, Get Gills.
Get Gill. I've never heard of that either.
Oh, Get Gills. I can give you the link on Messenger actually too. But it's called Get Gills, all one word.
Okay, yeah, I wrote it down here.
And I really like it. I mean, they have all these different. You can have, there's a plant section. You can have, they have a live bearer section. They have cichlids of all different types.
All right, I'll take a look.
Tetris barbs, you name it. Then I've got like 4. I had about 4 products on there. I had my African cichlids, but they weren't selling, so I took them off.
Right.
And now, but my mollies are selling like crazy. Every time I put them up, they're sold out within 2 days.
Oh wow, no kidding.
So I guess they're really good. I mean, they're really great mollies. I mean,
I looked on Uline. They do boxes and stuff. Uline, yeah. And they sell the boxes with the styrofoam. All the cut to fit styrofoam in them as well. So do you styrofoam pack?
Yes, what I do, I pack with styrofoam, but what I do is I get my boxes for free from the post office, right?
Okay.
And then I order from TSK Supply, which is a shipping company.
Okay.
TSK Supply, and I get my styrofoam there, and I get like 20 boxes or 25 boxes worth at a time, and it comes in a big cardboard box, of course.
All pre-cut.
And it's not bad. It's not a really bad price for shipping either. And it's pre-cut perfectly for the medium size. Well, you have to decide what size box you want to use. You can use the large box, the medium. I use the medium size myself. So I got the pre-cut for the medium size box. And you know what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to do a little video. I'm going to show putting the box together and how I do it. And then it's really easy. I mean, once you do it a few times, I mean, the first few times I shipped fish, I was kind of nervous.
I'm a little terrified because I want to ship shrimp also. I've got,
shrimp are easy. Shrimp are a lot easier than fish.
More than I know what to do with, so.
But shrimp will be easy for you to ship. For those, you just use like a little breather bag, and that's what I use for my fish that I put out too. But I do have one of those heat sealers. I want to learn how to do that because our friend Skull Aquatics, Curtis.
Yes.
He uses the heat seal. I have a heat sealer. I've just been kind of procrastinating. I haven't got it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't got it out of the box yet even.
Yeah, really.
But I want to do that because the way he ships, I can ship a lot more fish in the same box as opposed to using the because the breather bags, you have to use more water. And so you got more water and takes up more space.
Right.
But after a few shipments, you'll be able to start shipping stuff out to people. And
Cool.
and I tell you what, I probably had now, since I started shipping, I probably have had about 35 orders go out.
Wow.
And so it's not, I can't make a living off it, but it does help supply all the food. I mean, the food in this fish room has been paid for at least a year or two anyway.
Yeah. Better than a sharp stick in the eye, as the saying goes. So
better believe it. Anything that we get back in the hobby, it's like
yeah. And as far as that heat sealer, I seem to remember a couple of weeks ago, somebody was saying you needed to fill a bag of water, seal it, and stick it in your car.
Yeah, we said that.
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet, apparently.
On stream, we said that.
Hello, Mark. Welcome, mate.
Hi, Mark.
That's funny. Get gills. Yeah. I don't know, Cora, if I'll be doing how frequently or not. I was just going to go straight to eBay.
I bought more stuff off eBay than I have off Get Gills.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
I go to eBay quite a bit to buy. I bought a lot of stuff there. Fish, and I bought some of those.
The only time I bought fish online were the two different shipments of the Hillstream loaches. But plants, I have bought more plants from vendors on Amazon and the shrimp on Amazon, and only a few things off of eBay. But I'm selling plants on eBay, and that's working out all right. So,
see, that's one of the things I wanted to look into, selling plants online. I find a lot in the UK that you sell them in you get them in these pots, and they've been grown immersed, like Ron was saying.
Sure.
But I feel like that's a false economy, because people buy them, and then the stuff you've bought transitions to submerged growth. You lose all the leaves on stuff, or stuff melts, but it looks healthy when you first buy it, so everyone's like, wow. Right. But then within weeks they're like, what's going on with my plants? It's all melted, it's falling apart. Because that was grown out of water, it won't be well underwater.
Yeah.
So obviously a lot of plants don't look as good, do they, once they've transitioned? And so I don't know what the market's like for selling plants online in the UK, to be honest.
I don't know. Do you have eBay?
We have eBay, yeah.
Yeah. Check out there. Pick a plant and just look at all the different hits and see what they're offering. What they got, what they look like. That's kind of what I did. And I'm, like I said earlier, I'm selling the guppy grass, and I'm selling like one full cup. I got a measuring up, packed in tight. It's even a little over that. And in I think it's a 6-inch bag. Right, I blow a little air into it because plants like CO2, right? And then I leave just a little bit of water in it, and then rubber band it up, wrap it up in paper, and I'm stuffing them into a 5x5x5 box, 5-inch cube, and I'm selling them for $11.95 for one full cup, and it's competitive and maybe even a little better than a lot of people, and then eBay takes their cut. It's about $2. And then sales tax is another $1.25, depending on where it goes, So I'm not making a lot on one of those. I'm probably, and then the cost of the box and all that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm making about $4 on one order of that stuff. But it's like it grows faster than I can even imagine. So it's really almost pure profit. So
yeah.
And it beats throwing it away.
Definitely, because I must throw like a carrier bag full of plants out of this room every week, and I think, someone must want them plants. I pay the $5 for like that much, and I'm throwing like 6 inches of the stuff away, like 6 stems that are 6 inches long, because
Just throw them out. Send them to me.
There you go.
You can have them if you want them.
Yeah.
I'll send you my address.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I was there, I could send all this food with you. A lot of food with you.
I've got an Amazon sort there it's got like a shoe coming off it, and it's got tons of little hubs coming off it. So Like there's just loads of plants that are doing so well. I need to do something with them. I don't want to bin them all.
Right. I'm going to get another 40 breeder and just layer it with sand and I don't know, I'll probably put something under it, maybe the pond soil, and then sand on top of it. And I've got Amazon swords doing the same thing. So I'm just going to stick the pups kind of in a row, just, like farming. And when they get bigger, I'll put those up also. The ones I bought were in the little cups, but I'll just sell them bare root,
Oh, you know what else? Being that we're talking about this particular subject, Ron, and also Marie and Keith, I am planning on trying to do an online auction. Live like this, like Skipper does on his. He does a fantastic job. But it's going to be I'm going to try it in August.
Okay.
So maybe we can get a few vendors together. I don't know. I'd like to maybe check with Jeff Kane and Curtis and, anybody else who has, and you can do it. I mean, you ship some stuff, you'll know how to do it. If you ship once or twice or whatever, and you can figure out how, and I can always help you with it.
Sure.
You can put your stuff up for bid and people can, if they want to buy some of your plants or something that, what you do is you come up with your own starting bid. In other words, most people will try, a small bid to start out, like,
sure.
I don't know, let's just say like a few stems of, what plant would I be thinking, like if I had my Ludwigia, I'd have like a little bunch of Ludwigia. I'd say, okay, I'm going to start bidding out at $4. Something like that. Right. $3, something low. And then people will bid on it. The people who buy it will also, they're paying the shipping also.
Okay. So,
they get good homebred stuff from people, we're all on the community here. So it's like, it's special. In other words, if I was to order some plants from you, I like my friend Ron, I got these from my friend Ron. It's special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And same thing with like Keith, if I was in the UK or if I was going to get some shrimp from Marie, it would be, they're treasures that we all share with each other in the community. And that I think is a lot of fun. I mean, it's always, and Jeff Kane sent me plants. And when I got those, it was like, that was a huge, it's good. It's just really good. I don't know how to, I'm kind of short on words on this, but.
No, I get it. Yeah. I got these really pretty little, they're a wild type molly.
Ooh.
That I don't know if they're native to, but Jorge, Mexicali fish keeper, got them out of the Colorado River where he lives down by Yuma.
Oh.
And so he brought me some, and he also gave me some, they're called least keely fish. They're a live barracuda.
Oh, the least killifish, yeah.
And he gave me some of those. And then he's also the one that gave me the guppy grass. So now I have like 5 tanks full of guppy grass. But it worked out because now I'm selling guppy grass. But yeah, I got those 2 very cool fish from Jorge. And maybe I'll see him this weekend. This weekend there's a pet show at the Los Angeles County Fairplex, where they have the county fair, and it's was it fish, reptiles, birds, and succulents. I don't know how the hell succulents got into that mix. I guess are succulents a pet? Maybe, I don't know. But
succulents always get shoehorned in with bonsai as well in the UK.
Yeah.
Why do cacti and succulents always get shoehorned into everything?
Yeah, I don't know if cacti and succulents, they're 2 different animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all cactus are succulents, but not all succulents are cactus. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love succulent plants. I love like the hen and chicks, the outside plants, the hen and chicks.
Yeah. The rosettes.
Those are really cool. Oh, I wanted to mention one more thing too. I noticed that Glenn, of course, he's got his own shop, and we got Mr. Rob from Mr. Fishbert here. That auction will also include, I'm going to try and include also Canada, United Kingdom, and Australia. And we can get a few vendors of each country. I mean, and we'll have like 4 of us on the panel here, one from each country or maybe more.
Wow.
And then we can have up to 6. And that way, if you guys will go from each country, what we'll do is we'll just kind of alternate so everybody gets a fair chance. instead of doing like all of Australia and then all of the United States and all of the UK, we'll just go like right down the line. And then what happens is you will run our bids, and when they do it, what most people do here in the United States is they usually go through like PayPal or something or whatever. I don't make any money from this. I wanted to state that because that's what Skipper says. You know, I don't make any money from this unless I sell my own stuff.
Right.
Unless I might try and have something for auction myself. I might not. I might be just having fun doing everything else. That way everybody else can get the nice stuff. But I just wanted to let you guys know that we'll be in the UK as well. I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. I know that we have the one here in the United States, but I was thinking that, you know, I think it was only fair to have you guys have some fun too with it. I mean, you guys got a lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
Why not have an opportunity to make a little bit of coin? And, you know, that's what my idea was.
So UK ships within the UK, Canada ships within Canada, like that, or?
Well, what it would be is it'd be people within their own countries. Like, in other words, like in the UK, say that Marie wants to buy some plants from Keith. So he could put his stuff up here and put a bid on it, and then Marie would bid on it, and she wins the bid. Then she would send the money to Keith, or if Keith got it from Marie, and then they'd ship it to each other.
Right.
Rates though, right?
Yeah. I don't think I could buy from Keith or Marie though, because, well, for two reasons. One, it's too far, but I know stuff ships from Southeast Asia to here all the time. But then my concern, coming into California, we have really strict ag laws, and I'm not sure they don't X-ray boxes. And if they see plants, they'll just. I had seeds that I had bought from some vendor one time, really cheap, and I thought they'd be really cool. And I got a little love letter from the California Department of Agriculture. We took your seeds, sorry. So, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. You know,
I was looking on Etsy the other week, and there was a Crenum Natanz on there. And it said it was in Ireland, so I ordered it. And then I got a message saying you bought a Crenum from Australia. So it got shipped from Australia to Ireland, and then from Ireland to the UK.
Yeah.
They get your Natans, and they put another crinium in there, and you got something else. Right?
Yeah.
It probably wasn't Natans. They're like, oh, good, we got the Natans here. We'll give them these ones. You won't know the difference. That would be a terrible thing to do. I mean, but you think of it though. I mean, if they were looking for something that was rare, that's what I don't really like about transshipping. I was thinking about ordering some wild type bettis from, you know, like the Philippines or something. But I'm like, by the time they get to the United States, they go through another person's hands, and they'd be like, well, I got these fish, and these look a lot better than the ones I have. I'll put these in my tank, and I don't know. I don't trust very easily when it comes to that kind of stuff, I guess.
I've never
thought of that. Go ahead.
I've never ordered a Crenum calamastratum, and I've never ordered a Crenum tyanum. I've only ever ordered a Crenum Natanz, and I've got 2 Crenum calamatratums and 2 Crenum tyanum, and I've got no Crenum Natanz. Because every time I order them, I get sent a different plant.
Did they ever give you your money back because they got it wrong?
Yeah.
No, they always list it as Crenum aquatica. There's no such plant as Crenum aquatica, so
I thought it was Crinium natans that you had ordered.
Natanz, yeah.
So they sent you something else. So they should give you a refund then.
They'll advertise it as Crenum aquatica, which that's not.
Oh, so you already knew that you were getting the wrong plant when you ordered.
So I'll order it, and then they'll show you the picture. I've had it a few times where they show you the picture of Crenum Natanz, and you can tell because it's got the really broad leaves, and then a different plant will turn up. I've had a couple of refunds where I've complained and said that's not the plant I've ordered, and they've refunded me, but
yeah. Wow. Got to be really careful.
Okay. Because I would be like, if I was ordering something that I thought I was getting, you know, Crinium natans, and if I thought that was what I was supposed to be arriving, and they sent me something else, I'd be on the phone with them, or I'd send them an email and say,
yeah,
I ordered crinium natans, and you sent me this other type. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be helpful if you gave me a refund. You know,
Yeah.
and you keep the plan anyway.
I'll keep the plan. Yeah.
That's what would happen to me if I sent. Let's say somebody ordered some black mollies from me, and I sent them some blue star embers, right, by accident.
Yeah.
And he showed me a picture of them through the bag. Well, you sent me blue star embers instead of black mollies. I'd refund them straight away. It's never happened, but I'd have to refund them.
Yeah.
And they fish.
Send them back.
Yeah.
It's only fair. It's only fair.
There was this short Dustin's fish tank put out a few months ago, and he got a Crenum order in, and he said they were Crenum Natans, and then he said he'd ordered them as Crenum Aquatica, and then in his basins he had Crenum Tyanum. So the same thing's been done to him. So it must be like a thing going around in the hobby at the moment.
Yeah, you're never going to get one.
No, I might go to Dustin's fish tanks to his warehouse and get one off him.
Yeah. It's the holy grail of the Crenum world.
It is.
I
Bread
keep
and
looking for
rock
one.
and roll,
I'm going to find one for you if you don't find one.
I've looked everywhere. I'm signed up to like all the plants websites who sell plants. Like I'm on the waiting list for all of them for a Crenum Natans. So
Yeah, I'm on one, but same as you.
Stephen P. saying here, I do the double upside down method. Yeah, that's what I want to do too with the sealed. I want to get an actual oxygen tank too with some pure oxygen.
Yeah.
For that.
Just don't blow yourself up, right?
No, I won't do that. I don't smoke or anything, so there's no fire.
Yeah. Somebody I saw one go by about round corner bags if they're readily available. I just bought some on Amazon.
Yeah, Mandy said, I think.
Okay, yeah, I just got them on Amazon, so they're out there. I can even send the link. I'll put the link in the chat. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, JT just did a video about bagging up fish. He said you could use the oxygen, but he didn't in the demonstration, but he did a good video about bagging up fish for postage.
Oh, Dan's fish?
No, JT.
Oh,
Jack.
JT. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Dan's fish did one too a while back with the heat. He did the heat sealing and the whole
right.
production. From building the box with the styrofoam into healing and using the oxygen and then sealing it with the heat sealer.
Yeah. And then a heat pack.
Mm-hmm. And a heat pack, yep.
Yeah.
I've got heat pack. I didn't use them today though when I shipped it's already like 83 degrees out right now, so.
Wow. I just put a link for the round bottom bags or the round corner bags in
good.
the chat. So
excellent.
Whoever was
I put
asking.
me onto them last night as well, the round corner ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that works over here.
Yeah, Amazon.
That's Amazon.com, right? So, and I bought a bunch of stuff at Amazon UK. I've got a big collection of DVDs from Amazon UK.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I needed a special DVD player because you're in a different region than we are for the DVD, the playback. But God, I've got, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 DVDs that are, they're all the mystery, the cop shows. So,
is it the PlayStation or the Xbox? One of the old consoles will play every region of DVD.
Oh, really? Okay. Not a clue. Yeah.
We have a question for Marie. Here in Shrimple, have you ever had glass cats, vampire layer tail, sword tails, or red body and red-eyed?
No, I think I was talking to someone last week about glass cats. It was one of the fish I would quite fancy getting. They're like the see-through ones.
Yeah, those are cool.
Thought they'd be quite nice for filming and whatnot. Because I'm doing a Cory tank and there's nothing in the water column at the moment, so trying to think of something that could go up top and not interfere with the Corys too much. But yeah.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
You always have them in my local fish shop, them glass cats, and they have like in the oddball section, and they're always next to the African butterfly fish.
All right.
So I associate both fish together because they always keep them in a similar tank. And I always remember there was an Instagram post of them African butterfly fish. Someone had one of them in like a small tank with Hillstream loaches, and it said the poor man's arowana and stingray tank.
Yeah, they look like a little miniature arowana. You're right.
Oh, I
They have
don't know
the
then.
They have the little barbells that go down like the ones on the arowanas do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the butterfly fish too. The butterflies are similar to, very closely related to the arowanas too, from what I've been told. I've read.
I mean, they've got the same trap jaw and stuff, haven't they? They're like really closely related, if I remember.
All right.
Never looked into it that much, but
No, I need to look a bit more at parameters and whatnot. But the cories are supposed to breed, so maybe I shouldn't have anything else in there. I don't know.
Word's asking Glenn a question here. What does he say here? Glenn, are you responsible for an explosion of hornworts in Keith's fish room? Ah.
Is that where your hornwort came from, Keith?
it did, yeah.
You know,
It's,
I bought mine, on Amazon. I'm always remiss in blaming somebody else.
Half a bucket. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I used to throw that away by the bucket almost.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. You know, weed comes to mind.
I bought this stuff, didn't I, from K2 Aqua, and it turned up and it was like £5 or so, and I got a piece like that big. Like, where's my finger? It was that big. I remember doing a video on it, and I was sat there and I was like, I can't believe that's all they sent me for a £5. Like, how fast does it grow? And that's all you're going to send me? And I just remember Glenn posted underneath, I'll send you some, mate, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I was gobsmacked on the scene.
Exactly the same happened
I
to me.
opened the box and it just looked like a green pillow. Like he's backpacked it, I think. It just looked like a big green pillow.
The same happened to me with the Physidans, because I bought a $5 worth from eBay, and it was like that. And it still hasn't grown much.
Yeah.
And then Rob sent me a great big clump of it in the post.
Yeah, that was nice.
There's,
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
know now why you like it so much, because we were talking about moss once, and I mentioned something about Java moss, and you were like, "No, I want Physidans." I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Okay." So then I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, I can see now that there's a difference."
It's pretty, yeah.
I think it's not
was
on
like,
eBay or Amazon, but someone sells Java moss, but it's been grown out of water. So every time you buy it and you put it in your tank, it just goes brown and then all the tips are green.
Oh,
So it's just
horrible.
because I'm sure it just melts away the brown stuff, and then you get green at the ends or something. But
Yeah.
when you read the comments on it, it's like everyone's like, I bought it and it just melted away, rotted away, and stuff went brown.
I always read the comments when it's too late.
Yeah.
After I've paid.
I do that, I'll go and read comments and it'll say that's not a crown in its hands, and I'll be like, why didn't I read the comments?
Every time. Every time.
That would be a good plant to grow submerged in for sale.
Yeah.
Any of the mosses. I've got Christmas moss I bought from a guy on Amazon. And it got infested with that really stiff fibrous green hair algae. And so I'm down to just a couple little pieces of the Christmas moss left. But, I don't seem to do moss well either. So that's a tough one. But the hornwort, I got a little piece of hornwort from some vendor, probably Amazon, maybe eBay. And it was kind of like golden color and kind of a little on the crispy side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now, it took a little bit, but now I got more than I know what to do with that as well. So.
I bought Java moss so many times and put it in this tank, and it just disappears. I don't know where it goes. But then every now and again, the plecos, it's like Jurassic Park, because my plecos are massive. So all my stems just wobble in a line, like Jurassic Park with all the trees move. But then, every now and again, a little piece of Java moss will get kicked out, and I'll be like,
Oh,
Where did that come from? I can't see none, but every now and again, Blackos will just kick a bit out.
Oh, have a good night, Glenn. Thank you, mate, for being here. Well, I'll talk to you later, and I'm going to get you with you on the auction because I think you might be interested in that. It'll be a lot of fun. And the time I'm going to try and schedule it also, as long as just for a second, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be 10 p.m. in the UK, and it would be would be about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning for Australia.
really?
Yeah, because they're 14 hours ahead of us.
Wow.
17 hours ahead of you. 14 for me because I'm 3 hours ahead of you. And then it would be 17 hours ahead of you because you're on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So that way, I mean, it would be, I can't really think of another time that would be more hospitable to everybody. I know Canada is the same as us pretty much, except from across from the eastern side to the west. But for us, Australia, but their time would be earlier in the morning.
Right.
But 10 p.m. for UK, that's not too bad, is it?
No.
To have, I mean, the auctions only last like an hour and a half. So it'd be like from 10 o'clock at night to about 11:30.
Maybe do separate ones for different regions.
We could. We might be able to do that. We might be able to do a separate. What we can do is a separate one for Australia, maybe, because that way they wouldn't have to get up so early in the morning for it. But for us, for the UK and the United States, I think they're like a 5 o'clock and 10 o'clock, or maybe even a 4 p.m. and a 9 p.m. for the UK. That would be pretty decent. That way people can get to bed at a decent hour, and they got to get up for work in the morning. I think that would go pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we can all discuss that, and we can iron out all the details on that amongst us. Figure it all out. But
I've got feelings like all us making like 20 quid and 30 quid here and there, and then like Glenn and Rob who've got all them Caradinas trims, they'll all be like, I can just imagine them buying like Aston Martins with the money they make off the auction.
Oh yeah,
Some of them trims they've got cost a fortune, don't they?
Yeah.
let's see here. The main issue with international auctioning are laws with each country limiting the buying power. Just saying. Yeah. But what we're going to do, Eduardo, is that like people like Glenn and Rob, and I'm not really sure if you sold a few things before, haven't you, Keith? But I know Rob. I know that Glenn has. He's got his own shop and everything. So I think what we'll do is we're going to get together and find out exactly. I know that like shipping fish and stuff that you have to have a special license or something, but shrimp you don't have to, or plants. So
internationally, Jeff, or what?
Well, not internationally. This is the way that I foresee this happening is that people in the UK will have stuff up for bid for other people in the UK, not the United States.
Yeah.
And like for me, I'll just be if I put anything up for auction, I'm not really sure if I will or not, but it'll be just for the United States, the continental United States, probably not Hawaii or Alaska either, but just the main body here. So, but I mean,
Arnold's going to bed.
Oh, Arnold's going to bed. Hey, Arnold, have a good evening, my friend. Thank you so much, and next time I hope you are able to join us. But thank you so much for your support. You've been doing a great job, my friend. And be sure to give the wife and kids a hug for me. He's like a brother to me. I tell you what, he's a nice guy. Oh, he is. He's a top fellow for sure. And I'm very blessed to have him on, my right hand man. Does a great job. Very, very blessed. Let's see here. I'm just kind of running through the chat. I fall way behind again because it's really moving along here.
It is.
It does, doesn't it? I'm not sure if I.
Yeah. I think Glenn went to bed 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I did say goodnight to Glenn when he said that. Yep, I caught Glenn at the time. Those are the same ones. Yep. Okay, so where are we at here now? Is there any other questions you guys have for each other? You have any more questions, Keith? or
I think I
anything?
hit Ron with everything, didn't I? So
You what?
I think I hit Ron with all my questions as we were going. So
Okay, all right. All right. Do you have any questions for Marie or myself or anybody else here, or anybody even out in the chat? If anybody else out there wants to ask you guys a question or something, I mean, that's always cool.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think, I don't know about you guys. I've had a great time tonight.
This was fun.
Yeah, I feel really inspired
Yeah.
actually.
I do too. You know what? And I got to say that's the exact word I was looking for, Marie. It's inspiration.
Yeah.
I love it. When I asked Ron, I said I knew that I was going to enjoy it when having Ron on here, and Keith and you and Arnold. Next time, hopefully he's able to make it. But I tell you, and everybody out in the chat here, every time I do this, I feel so good. You know,
yeah,
everybody's
definitely.
so wonderful. Everybody is the top people that
It's good fun.
I just love it.
Very
Definitely
grateful for the invitation. Thank you.
Oh well, you'll be getting other invitations too.
I
This is
appreciate it. It is fun.
absolutely. And then, in fact, anybody who wants to, if anybody out there wants to join us, just let us know. You know, we'll make it happen. We'll get you the link. If you want to come up and show your stuff, you want to come up and just join us and chat up here on the screen, all you got to do is just let us know. I mean, I tend to reach out from time to time to other people. And so, but don't be bashful. I mean, if you want to, any of you out there, I don't care. You know, I'd love to have anybody join us. Everybody
Yeah,
is.
it's good fun.
I think it would be great. You know, I mean. But anyhow, I guess that if that's all we have for tonight, we could probably finish up if you'd like, or if you want to, we can. But I'm game for anything. If you guys are enjoying yourself, I'm enjoying myself. So
We've done 2 hours.
we've done 2
Yeah.
hours. That's pretty good, and it's getting late for you guys over there in the UK. And so what we'll do is I don't want to encroach on you guys' time too much. I don't want to take advantage of it. But I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to join us.
Is it midnight there, Marie?
Yes,
Yeah.
just gone
Oh,
midnight.
I'm so sorry about that, Marie. I didn't mean to hold it going so long, but
All right, I'm just having a coffee.
oh, okay. I still got my coffee here. It's almost gone. But anyway, everybody, I want to thank you so very much. This has been a special night. I don't think I've ever streamed on a Tuesday night before, but this is kind of a, really good. So on that note, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Marie. I want to thank Ron. I want to thank you, Keith, very much.
Thanks, Jeff.
And everybody out there in the chat. You guys are all fantastic. I love you all so much. And don't forget to feed your addictions.
Thanks, Marie. Thanks, Keith.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right.